Hey everyone, it's Ogami here, and I am here to rank every single Heathers the Musical song. Now, I don't know if you all know this about me, but I am a huge fan of Heathers the Musical. I think it's my favorite musical of all time. To start off, this is just my opinion. If you have different opinions than me, that's great. Honestly, leave your ranking in the comments if you do not agree with mine. Because I love to see, people having different opinions in a fandom. Not everyone needs to have the same opinion. Now, I got every single song from this list on Wikipedia. It has every single song, including the ones not listed on any albums. So this is the list that I went off of. Although, I put Heyo Westerberg and Dead Girl Walking with Pri into one category since Heyo Westerberg is such a big part of it. So, although I will be getting most of the clips for this from the Pro Shop version of Heathers the Musical, I will be using my favorite version of the song in the rankings. Now, a few quick warnings, of course for spoilers, since I will be spoiling a lot of the story, if not all of it. Also, some warnings for teen suicide, attempted suicide, murder, violence, sexual assault, bullying, homophobia, basically anything under the sky is in this musical. Alright, well, with those warnings out of the way, let's get the ranking started at number 28. 27.
It'll be so very
So for this one, I started off in last place with Veronica's Chandler Nightmare. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great storytelling scene. It really shows why Veronica would go to Heather Chandler's house, even after everything that happened the night before, but it's just not a very good song. It's just the word very sung over and over and over again. Now, I do like the off-Broadway version better. Because I love Heather's laugh in the off-Broadway version, rather than her laughing before it. But I do think that it still gets last place, even with the off-Broadway version.
It's my candy store. It's my candy store.
Now, please don't come for me with this ranking, because this is not the original Candy Store. I'm not ranking the original Candy Store this low. This is the Candy Store that happens right before Freeze Your Brain. Now, I don't feel like this really adds anything to the story. Yes, of course it's catchy, but that's because it's Candy Store. But it doesn't really add anything to the story. I really do think it's just to grab your attention away from the switching sets onto the Heathers singing Candy Store again.
I am damaged, but you're different. You're the one we ought to spare.
So this is the first one on the list that is actually on an album, but doesn't really deserve to be, because it's just not that good. I do think that the ending is great when JD sings Our Love Is God, and Veronica doesn't sing along with him, which is a great callback to Veronica in Our Love Is God, singing with him terrified. But now she's done. She's not gonna sing along with him anymore. Now, I do think that's great storytelling, but other than that, it's just not that good. I feel like it's too short of a song to just enjoy.
They were just 17. They still had room to grow.
Now, don't get me wrong, I really love the storytelling of this song. I think it's amazing. I think it really shows that Veronica is a better person than JD, in the fact that she actually regrets what happened with Kurt and Ram. But I just can't place it any higher because it's not an actual song. I think the actual songs are more on the album rather than not, and this is not. And also, the off-Broadway version is better than the West End / Pro Shop version.
Why not shine, shine, shine a light on your deepest fear? Letting sunlight now, and your pain will disappear.
Now, this is the first song that I consider a real song on my list, but to its credit, it does have some good qualities, like how Veronica looks very uncomfortable throughout the whole thing, and how Miss Fleming's actress always manages to do so good when hitting that high note during it. But some negatives are, at least in the Pro Shot version, the Steve segment goes on way too long. It's like a whole minute of the song, and it just kills the enjoyment for me. And I just don't think it's that great of a song. I don't think it's horrible, but I think there are definitely better songs to listen to on the album than Shine a Light.
Hey, Mr. No-Name Kid, so who might you be? And could you fight for me?
Now, don't get me wrong, I do not hate this song in any capacity of the word. I just think there are better songs out there. It's sort of in the same boat as Shine a Light for me, that it's not horrible, and the actress always sings really well, but there are just better songs in the album to listen to. Now, again, this is in the same boat as Shine a Light and Fight for Me. I do not think it is as horrible as most of the Heathers fandom seems to think. I think it's a fun song. I just think that another song later in the list does it a lot better than this song. And that there are just better songs to listen to in general.
I want the world to know I love my dead gay son.
Now, right around this placement is when the rankings really got hard for me, because every single song left I love. Now, this is really just down here because it doesn't really add anything to the story. Like, I like the song, I think it's fun, I think it's upbeat, but it doesn't really add anything to the story. It's just kind of there to bridge the gap between Act 1 and Act 2.
I seem to remember there was a
Big sword fight in her mouth. Big sword fight in her mouth.
It sure sounds crowded.
Honestly, this song is such amazing storytelling. It shows how quickly a rumor can spread around school that isn't even close to being true, and how everyone is dogpiling on Veronica when she has done nothing. Now, I really do like this song, but I think that another song later in the list does it a lot better and also really focuses it on how Heather Duke is turning into Heather Chandler.
Keep it together. I knew you would come far. Now you're truly a Heather.
Once again, I think this song is amazing storytelling. It really shows how Veronica feels after Martha and Heather McNamara both tried to themselves. And, like, I do like the Pro Shot version better, as it has everyone joining in to the Yo Girl rather than just the Sui Ghost that she has. Because just everyone saying it to her, I feel like is a lot better in the storytelling perspective. Again, another song with amazing storytelling. And considering this one has like a whole couple scenes dedicated to it, it's a really good song. But that's also the one thing holding it back for me, is that it's so long. It's around 6 minutes long, that you can't really ever like just listen to it casually if you're not in the mood for it. Because with other songs, even from Heathers the Musical, they're like 2 minutes long maybe. And I feel like that's a good length. But with this one, I feel like it's a lot longer, and it also has a lot of talking throughout it, which also kind of slows the momentum of the song. Now, once again, this is a song with amazing storytelling, but also, once again, this is a super long song. It is the longest song in the musical at like, I think 7 or 8 minutes. But I think it uses those minutes really well. It introduces almost every single character in the show, and it's just a good song. It also makes you really feel for the characters. It doesn't just introduce them, but it makes them known, like really who they are.
Happiness comes when everything numbs. Who needs cocaine? Freeze your brain.
Now, I do think this song is really good, and it tells JD's backstory really well, even with him being like a little vague about it. I don't know why I don't like it all that much. It's just really not my cup of tea for a song. I do think it's good, and I do think its storytelling is great, it's just not really for me.
No one sees the me inside of me.
This is around the halfway point of the ranking, and I do think that this is a great song to be around the halfway point. It has great storytelling, it's a great song. Sure, it's 5 minutes long, but I don't ever really feel the length of it. I just prefer other songs over this one.
And the monster I created, yeah. Heads up, treaty, I'm a dead girl again.
This is another great song with more great storytelling and a great singer with Veronica, who does so well in the song every single time. I really, really enjoy this song, but I just prefer other songs over it. Like, I do think it's really good, but I think other songs are better.
Celebrate you and I. Maybe we won't know. Maybe that we'll never know.
Now, I really, really love this song. It's a great ending to a great musical. I love how Heather McNamara ditches Heather Duke to join Veronica and Martha. And I just really, really love this song and this whole scene. But I think some others are better.
The folks are gone. It's time for big fun. Big fun. We're up till dawn, having some big fun. Big fun.
This song is really big fun. I think that this is a great song. It's fun, it's upbeat, it's really what teens are like at parties. I think it does some great storytelling with them like picking on Martha, and of course it gave us the iconic moment that is dang dang diggity dang a dang. But other than that, it's just not better than the rest of the ones that are on the list. Come on. It would be a shame, a crime, not to put Blue in at least top 10. It is such a fun song about such a horrible topic. Like, it is just the funniest song ever, and none of these lyrics would work if this was not Heathers the Musical. So that's why this is at number 10.
I was meant to be yours. We were meant to be one.
Once again, another amazing song, amazing storytelling. It's so good to see JD so unhinged. Well, he's been so composed for most of the musical up till now. While trying to get Veronica to blow up the school with him. I love how every single JD sings this. I specifically love how JD in the Pro Shop version is sort of more, I wouldn't say sympathetic, but like, he kind of has a reason for doing what he does. And with the other JDs, it feels like they're just like angry at the world. But that's why this is at number 9.
This trouble scene is getting clean. I say no.
Come on, Veronica. Who else is
No,
gonna?
no, no, no.
I really, really love this song because it uses the Just Say No like campaign that was going on around the time about drugs to make it like JD is a drug and that Veronica needs to say no to him. And I think that's amazing. And I really love Veronica's power in her voice when she sings this. And that is why this is at number 8.
Oh, I'll build a dream that I can live in. And this time I'm never waking up.
This is one of the 2 songs in the musical that I never fail to cry to. And it's just so powerful and amazing. And the fact that she's reading out her suicide note like a song is just so powerful and amazing. And that is why this is at number 7.
Oh, stupid childproof caps. Oh, look, Heather's going to whine, whine, whine all night. You don't deserve to live.
Can I say? The most underrated song in the whole musical. It gets so overshadowed by every single other song, but it is such an amazing song. I love the fact that it's not real. Like, it's all taking place in Heather McNamara's mind. Like, this is what's going through her head as she's going to herself. Like, and I think that is just another powerful song. And that is why it's at number 6.
I need it hard. I'm a dead girl walking. I'm in your yard. I'm a dead girl walking.
Now entering the top 5, these were super, 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 super hard to pick. So at number 5 here we have Dead Girl Walking, which is such an amazing song. I love Veronica and JD in every single Heathers the Musical. They do such a great job with this song. It's just an amazing song. But I just prefer the other 4 over it.
Ding dong, move, bitch, it's my song. I will never shut up again.
Okay, so before y'all go sounding off in the comments because this is higher than Dead Girl Walking, this was totally a biased pick. This is my favorite song in the entirety of the Heathers the Musical. I love it so much. I think it does such a great job at showing everything from Blue Rapri plus more. Like, it really just shows Heather Duke's transformation, and I definitely love the transformation in the Pro Shop version more than the original West End version. And that's why this is number 4.
Don't you want a life with me? Can't we be 17?
Well, now going on to top 3, it's 17, which is the best Veronica and JD song in the whole musical. It's so amazing, and I love the double meaning for it, because Veronica is saying, like, will you love me? Like, can we just be together? And JD is really asking himself, can I be normal? Like, can I just be 17? And I just think it's so amazing. It's such a great song. They do so good every time. And that's why it's number 3.
Everyone's pushing, everyone's fighting. Storms are approaching, there's nowhere to hide.
And I just start by saying this is such an amazing and powerful piece. It's the other song other than Kindergarten Boyfriend that never fails to make me cry every single time. Like, it is so amazing, it's so powerful. It really captures what it's like to really be in high school again. And it uses the metaphor of the lifeboat so well. And that's why it's number 2.
Honey, what you waiting for? Welcome to my candy store.
None of you can say that you did not see this coming, because Candy Store is the best Heathers the Musical song ever. It is just the best one. But can we take a second to just appreciate the choreography in the Pro Shop version of Heathers? Because I have learned every single step of that choreography. It is so amazing. I don't get why people hate on it. But other than that, Candy Store is just an amazing piece. It really showcases how ruthless the Heathers can be within the first, 15 minutes of the musical. And that is why Candy Store is at number 1. And now on to Still in the outro. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. I'd love to do some other videos about Heathers the Musical, maybe even ranking songs from other musicals. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night.